In holographic breathing, we work with 6 different types of energy. And in the webinar tomorrow, we'll be working with the yellow energies. And that is a particular energy system that relates with the stomach, the spleen, the throat, and the tongue. And it has energy points through the whole body. And we've worked with this quite a lot, but what we're going to be putting our attention more strongly on tomorrow are the energy points in the arms, legs, hands and feet. I will put a link to a recording of a free webinar below, in the description below, where you can learn holographic breathing and you can learn a breathing motion through the arms, legs, hands and feet. And this opens the breath through the whole body. It will teach holographic breathing and it will teach the movement, the arms, legs, hands and feet. And this breathing motion spreads and heals through the whole body with holographic breathing. And we're taking that deeper in the webinar tomorrow. There'll also be a recording of it. If you miss the webinar, there will be recordings. We will be working with the energy points for the yellow energies. We've already worked with the deep earth energies and the fire energies, and we're moving on to the yellow energies. As I said, this relates to the organs, the stomach, spleen, throat, tongue. It's also the ethmoid between the nose. It's a central line right around the body. Relates a lot to the diaphragms through the body, and it relates to the connective tissue. In the brain, it relates to the falx cerebra that divides the brain this way. Tentorium divides the brain this way. And the astrocyte cells, which are like, among other things, the connective tissue through the brain. And this circuit opens up in a pristine yellow energy. And there's channels behind these energies, these channels, and I'm talking about it, this lovely quality of the yellows are coming in. It is a energy in us, but it has this channeled quality, knowledge, intelligence that comes down, channels through the body, and is deeply, profoundly healing on all levels. Clears through the bardo, clears through our past lives, works with the kundalini in the spine. There's specific vertebrae that it relates to in the spine, and we'll be working with those because it relates to the connective tissue. It relates to the discs between the vertebrae, the tendons between the vertebrae, the kundalini through the spine and that area. And it connects this pristine higher energy, comes in, and it connects to the same quality of energies in the earth. And I think we're coming into kind of a yellow energy cycle in the earth at this time. So this video is I'm just going to speak about all of these different energies and different organs as we come up to the webinar, and these webinars, and these will make a kind of compendium of me talking about the energies, which is kind of free for people to listen to and get an idea of. The only place I saw this being taught where I learned about these energies was a thing called Tibetan pulsing, where the teacher Diraj said that he's translating ancient Tibetan texts, kind of in an energetic channeling type way. And it does seem to relate to an ancient healing system, but saying it is ancient, it is still here today, and it's still going to be here in the future, and it's got all these divine energies. It's not like, well, it may be Tibetan masters, but it's also beyond that. It's part of the cosmos. It's part of the new age. I think this is a healing system that will help us move into the new age. And we're working with it in the arms, legs, hands and feet, which we haven't done before. That is new. We're working with those energy points, which really gives it a grounding. And I think it makes the healing more profound, more physical, like it's quite spiritual if you don't include the arms, legs, hands and feet. But when you use the arms, legs, hands and feet, it does connect it to the earth, and it does connect it to life and everything around. And I think it's a missing link in that I think it will heal physical ailments more easily that way. You know, when people ask for a healing, it's normally of something physical. Normally, I've got a bad leg, I've got a bad knee, I've got pancreas something, or this or that, or cancer or whatever. Heal that. Not often do people say, oh, I've got this funny emotion, heal that. I may do. But anyway, I think this hands and feet gives it a very lovely kind of ambient feel through the body, and healing the organs in a different way, healing the structures. It has a lot to do with the diaphragms, but also in the arms and legs to do with the tendons and ligaments and cartilages in the elbows and knees and in the feet, so can help heal those, or discs in the spine, or those particular organs, or the fascia, connective tissue anywhere in the body, or through the brain. Anyway, that is what we're working with tomorrow. I'll be showing the points, we'll be working with those organs. I'm just going into it in much more depth. We'll start with the deep earth energies, a lot to do with the pancreas and liver, work into the fire energies, which is the genitalia. It's a lot to do with the ovaries, uterus, prostate, testes, also the heart, the hypothalamus in the brain, and also the spiritual channel that comes through that, the seat of the sexual potency that rises through the yellow. In the fire energies, it's the ovaries, testes, uterus and prostate. It's the fire energies that rise as the kundalini and heals through the body. In the yellow energies, it's the clitoris and the erectile tissue of the penis. So it's a strong, very particular rising kundalini in the yellow energies, that energy comes from there but transforms as it moves through the body and heals through the brain and connects to its counterpart in the heavens and in the earth. So holographic breathing is a kundalini breathwork system, the inner tantric breathwork system. It's an evolutionary breathwork system because it is part of evolution. It is new. The guides, it came through. I asked, why hasn't it been used before? Because nobody was doing it or have taught it before, to my knowledge. And they say because it's part of evolution, it's now come time for holographic breathing. So I've kind of got the job teaching everyone. So evolutionary breathwork system, it's not a technique. It's already in us. It's an awakening of something that's been dormant in us. It's not a learning, it's a remembering. These things come to life in us, and then we realize them and experience them. It's a meditative breathwork system. It's spiritual breathwork system. It connects to the spiritual guides, to evolution, to the divine energies. It connects to the earth. It's profoundly guided, and people who learn it, it's not dependent on me. If you learn it, you can connect with your own guides, with your own spiritual energies, with the holographic unfolding on all levels, through the earthly levels, the physical levels, the emotional levels, reflected through the mind, the brain, to the higher energies and beyond. It's the same matrices over and over, and you can learn that for yourself and have your own spiritual guidance in it. There's loads of free webinar recordings and videos that I put out. You can learn holographic breathing. What I'm talking about now is part of the advanced webinars that's paid for, but it's not expensive. I give so much away for free. Quite nice to give something back, to pay for something, come and learn something that's much more in depth, deeper, more profound. And I feel blessed to have this job, to have wonderful students that come along and do contribute back and do care for me and my vision and what I'm doing. So I feel blessed that I do have a journey, a cause to fight for, to ground and to bring through. And if you want to be on that journey, come and join us. Come and join us. There's free webinars, free videos, paid for webinars, paid for videos. Individual sessions. If you're ailing from anything, you can have an individual session. So that is the end of my little talk about tomorrow's webinar. I hope you've enjoyed this talk. I hope you come and listen to more of my talks. I quite enjoy doing them, so I'm going to do more. All right, thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.